Oh,
You
this
should
nigga
have. You
said.
should have.
This nigga
I ain't
said
gonna
my
say.
moms could get it too, nigga. The humor is darker than Africa, nigga.
Shit, that's a part of my life, man. That was just some bullshit I threw out there. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I was like, let me try this joke. I was just sitting at the house one day. I was like, let me try this shit out, man. Threw
Yo,
it out there real quick.
that was a good one. I would personally say if I was in your area, man, I'd come out and check your show out, man. You're a funny dude, man. And
Yeah.
I keep going, man. I'm gonna do nothing but encourage you.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that shit, man.
Same thing go for you too, Tom. Y'all some funny
Oh,
ass
no.
dudes. Funny, you funny with the jokes and you funny looking. You know, these motherfuckers look like Abbott and Costello and shit. But
Oh shit, here you go with the jokes nobody know about. Who the fuck is that?
how is you a comedian? You don't even know who Abbott and Costello is. Do your research. Do your Googles, little nigga. Anyway,
He talking about we
welcome
look
back
like
to the
he look like Abel from Cade.
I know that's right.
Full ass.
And anyway, welcome back to the motherfucking show. We was supposed to be here last week, but we wasn't because we had things to do. But we are here this week, and we glad that you back here with us. This is part 3, layup drills. This one we're gonna be talking about finances and relationships because a lot of you motherfuckers make mistakes in both of those areas. I know we probably talked about it before. We're gonna talk about it again because a lot of you motherfuckers still ain't got it right from 3 fucking years ago. And I am the first to raise my hand and put myself at the top of the list and say I have gotten it wrong myself. So we speaking from experience, and hopefully what we got to say will help some of you out there. Anyway, welcome back, Tone. Welcome back, Ro.
Yes, sir.
And I do believe in reincarnation, but the only roaches in my room are the ones that are pre-smoked. How y'all fellas doing, man? How's the hiatus been since the last time we've been here? What, about 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that,
let's
man.
do it.
Okay. What's been going on in your life, man?
Shit, man. I'm on the same shit, man. Routine, writing jokes, trying to get better at life and working, man. I ain't been doing nothing special.
So wait a minute, ain't nobody run up on the stage and try to fight you like Charleston White, nigga? You ain't that famous yet?
Nah,
Let's
not
talk
yet,
about it.
not
Let's talk
yet.
about it. Y'all ain't hear about that?
No, I
What's up
Hell
saw
with that
that
yeah, I
shit?
shit.
did.
I heard he got bum rushed on the stage, and like it wasn't really not like no super fight or nothing like that. But you know how niggas is. Niggas can't go nowhere without having some kind of goddamn conflict. What y'all know about that subject right there? Anything you care to share?
Uh, uh, I said I actually followed that whole situation from beginning to afterwards. Apparently, it
You
started because
always
he tried.
following the nigga shit. You always following the
Hey,
nigga.
bro.
Continue.
Hey, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's a joke in there. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, apparently it started because he put his arm over somebody's shoulder. What the dude who first started arguing with him put his arm over his nephew's shoulder, and he made a joke about him fucking his nephew, and he got
This
offended.
nigga.
All right. Damn, basically like,
Wow.
damn, you arm over him like you're fucking him or something. And dude caught an attitude, and he like, hey man, like I think he started throwing the gang signs. Look like, and Charleston White hated gang member type thing. So he
Oh
moved into
yeah.
being more. You know what I mean? So and then, led to what it led to. Apparently though, he did a live right afterwards, and his face was good, and he still had that money he had in his hand. So,
Yeah, and he still had his glass eye intact, so he didn't get beat up too bad.
right,
Ah, your
right.
mama got a glass eye with a fish in it.
Just
Wow.
stupid with it.
Well, I was curious about it. You know, I don't really follow the nigga shit too much like that, but I always find it interesting when niggas is fighting niggas because they don't have no time to fight the motherfuckers who really cause the problems in their lives. But I like the guy. I don't know him personally, but I like the guy and I don't like the guy. Or the more put him a little bit more accurately, I agree with some of the shit that he say, and I disagree with some of the shit that he say. But that goes for anybody, you know. But
Right.
I he he's a goon. You know, in my estimation, and he's not the type of dude that you just want to run around and be fucking with, because seems like he know enough to tell on everybody. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Right.
I would leave that motherfucker alone, and he got a big ass gun. So just chill out and keep hope alive, and let's party, let's make love and not
Well,
war, folks.
well, I'll put it to you like this. That probably, I wouldn't say it wouldn't happen because, sometimes as comedians, we just get in the moment and we just start saying shit. But, like, I would never take it that far to be like, oh, nigga, you fucking your nephew. Like, that's some shit that'll make, like, I'm not that far. Like, I'll roast a nigga shirt or big head ass nigga, like, regular shit. But, like, I don't know. Like, that's just like, that we call those shock value jokes. Like, it ain't even really
Like
jokes. It's
like
just it's
like
just being insulting. You know what I'm saying? So I
like
can
the
see how
dude
niggas
like the
feel
dude
that
who
way.
talked about his boobs at the show.
You said what?
No, like the dude who came up there with no shirt on at the show or some shit.
Yeah,
Some
yeah,
joke.
yeah. This nigga
That
came
shit was
to the
crazy.
show. He had he had like a little tank top and his nipples was out. I'm like, fuck your nipples.
Oh yeah, yeah. What the fuck is the nipples
I'm
out?
like,
You
fuck
are
your
in
nipples out.
California, nigga.
Like you asking for it. I noticed that shit when I
Right, and
first went.
you gotta be like 10 times more funny now that you came out here like that.
Yeah,
Wow, that's
yeah. But he
crazy.
ended up because they do like at that when they do like rap, he ended up being like a rapper nigga, but I didn't know. I was just like shit. I saw this nigga in the crowd. I was like, I gotta get this nigga. Like, why he here with his nipples out? Like he was like he on purpose, like not like he had on a cutoff shirt and it just slipped out. Like he was purposely doing that shit. I'm like, the fuck? Like, put your
Yeah,
motherfucking nipples up, nigga.
Idiot.
And that was a
proposition,
big nigga too. That nigga's probably 6'5", 200.
proposition, pat ass motherfucker.
Yeah, but like that nigga, like yeah, they gonna want to fight. Like that's a bit far for me. Like I did fuck up one time, but it wasn't
Mhm.
really a fuck up because we talk like men. For example, I was at this show and I went to the previous show and the host, she was like, she flew out some comedian from another state, and I was like, shit, I live in Compton. I was like, that bitch ain't even send me an Uber. I just said bitch, and I was like, ah, shit. Like, I
Oh
just called the
wow,
host a bitch.
yo, that's hilarious.
And like
Did she
it's
say
but
anything about it?
I mean, she wasn't really tripping like that. She said she didn't even hear it. She was like somebody else in the crowd told her, but like this how niggas talk. That's how we talk. So sometimes when we get up there, we
Right.
just don't talk how we talk. And I told her after the show, I was like, I ain't mean no disrespect. That shit just happened like that. You know what I'm saying? Like ain't nothing personal, but see, that's the thing. Like you could talk to niggas any kind of way, and we won't take it personal. But women, you know, they want to take
Mhm.
shit personal. Like, dude, it's a comedy show. Like, relax. Like, and plus, I'm like, I'm not famous enough yet because comedians call women bitches in the crowd and all kind of shit all
And
goddamn
still
day.
be fucking them at the end of the show.
Yeah.
So, but I ain't
No, I
like a
can
nigga
believe.
that's disrespectful. I'm not really a disrespectful. I might make
Yes,
fun
yes,
of a
you
nigga.
is. Just cheat on ass, motherfucker. You
I'm
very
not.
disrespectful. you
I'm
red
not
pill
really like
racing ass
that. Like,
motherfucker. You a little red hawk. You very disrespectful. We know you hate women, nigga.
nah, not at all. Not at all. But
We
I
know
get
He
it
you.
from
said you
you.
take.
I
He
blame
said
it
you're
on
taking the
you.
rage pill.
I blame it on Top because Top always calling these bitches and hoes. Shit, I be having too many
Right.
I mean,
conversations
but
with you
that's just
niggas.
that just be the way that I talk, man. Sometimes
Yeah, but people don't.
I don't say it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Mostly when I just be shooting the shit with the guy.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I didn't, like I really didn't mean to do it. It just came out like because they say you're supposed to talk to the crowd like you having a conversation with the crowd. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking like I'm talking to the homies sometimes, and shit just gonna come out and be like, damn, well, it's too late. I already said it, but I'm not really a disrespectful. Charleston White is disrespectful. Like he just he gonna
I
violate
would
your
say
shit.
that. I would say that
I think.
sometimes. I would say sometime. I would say that he and I share that similarity where where we could turn off our editing system, meaning we gonna say exactly what the fuck we thinking. We're not gonna dress it up and sugarcoat it and make it pretty for you, so you find it more acceptable.
Yeah, but telling a nigga he fucking his nephew, that's
Yeah,
like
that's out of
beyond.
pocket, nigga. That's out of pocket.
That's kind of like, and I fuck with Charleston White, nigga. I like his shit because I like a nigga that don't hold his tongue, that speak his mind and stand on his shit. But me personally, like that, I could see how that make a nigga mad. Me personally, I wouldn't try to fight the nigga, but Like, you know, I can understand why a nigga would be mad because that is kind of like that ain't even really a joke, really. Like, there's jokes and then there's just like insults. You know what I'm
I think
saying?
there was more to it prior to it. Like he was
Maybe.
talking to him in the crowd. But I think is a lot of times with stuff most people see it as disrespectful in a comedic setting, as long as it's authentic to the person you portraying on stage, usually it's not an issue. Like honestly, when you said that you called her a bitch, I was asking to see if she had an attitude because that's very unusual. You know what I mean? As long as you wasn't like, it's clearly you're not being like, hey, you like when you said how you said it, it was more like, well, this bitch didn't even give me over. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it was
Yeah,
And
more
that's
yeah.
impersonal.
and that's
It was more
you know what I mean? Like
impersonal.
it's entertain. You're at a comedy setting, so like you know that's
Mhm.
going to produce a laugh.
Yeah, but sometimes people gonna take shit how they want to take it. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true. But
Like I didn't mean it like that. But oh, he called the host a bitch. You know, of course it was women. The niggas was probably just laughing. Oh, that nigga crazy. But the
so
women, you know.
in other news, Ro, I heard your Uncle Diddy. I heard your Uncle Diddy
Oh shit.
is into them boys.
Damn, damn,
What's up
G.
with that,
I'm gonna
yo?
have to go
He
get my
started to sound
flower
like
dates
Charleston
in
White,
front of
ain't he?
you, nigga.
What's up
He
with
I'm
your
gonna
started to
do a
sound like
flower
Diddy?
date
Charleston
What's
at
up
White.
the
with your Diddy
top.
daddy, motherfucker? Oh man. What kind of fuckery is going on with your man? Now I don't know nothing about nothing. I do remember that Wendy Williams incident though.
What happened? I don't remember that.
That bitch was on the
Oh
radio
yeah, we're
station
talking about the pants falling down thing.
talking shit about Diddy, and the next goddamn day that bitch was in Zimbabwe on the radio station, nigga.
Oh, when she fell out, is that the same time when she had
No,
fell
no,
out?
no. He talking about back when she was a radio host.
Oh,
Back when
okay.
she was a radio host, she goddamn put Diddy on blast for the homo shit that everybody, just now talking about, out in public and, making all kind of accusations and shit. I don't know because I
She
wasn't
got
there.
fired the next day.
She got fired the next motherfucking day, nigga. The next day.
Damn.
So, I mean, is all I can say. That's all I can say because, like I said, I don't know. But if they got R. Kelly, they go get P. Diddy. Just like they got Bill Cosby. White people got a habit of locking niggas up, especially when they know all your secrets, which is why you shouldn't
I'm
have
more
them.
shocked about them getting Bill Cosby than I am about them getting R. Kelly because R. Kelly was very sloppy.
Yeah, but you got to take into consideration back. Let's harken back right to a word that Ro just used. Insult. Who do you think insult white people the most? America's black dad or some Harlem shaking ass nigga named Diddy? A motherfucker who got billions of dollars.
Harlem shaking the
A
Harlem shaking
motherfucker.
ass nigga named did it.
Nah, I don't think so. A motherfucker who trying to buy a whole network station, or a
A
motherfucker
motherfucker who
who's
did buy a whole network station and then some.
or a motherfucker who's selling alcohol.
He's selling alcohol. He got revolt. He got a bunch of different. His pockets and his hands in a bunch of different shit.
Yeah, but
The
he
alcohol
trying
is just what us niggas know him about.
uh, also in that to contextualize, you gotta look at the different eras that this was taking place. You know what I'm saying? So nowadays, even though racism is still racism, more black people are more confused than they were back when Bill Cosby was trying to do what he was trying to do. It's not as blatant as it is now, at least in the show business. You understand what I'm saying? Do you
Right.
understand the point I'm trying to make?
Yeah.
So now,
Well,
now they'll give a P Diddy or a black person the ability to get a network or to have all of these different businesses or have all this money. You know what I'm saying? Because it keeps you more confused. It's easier to keep a monkey in the cage if you keep giving him shit. As long as he in the cage while you giving it to him. You understand the point I'm trying to make?
yeah.
Okay. But before anything else you guys want to mention, I just casually mentioned those two topics. I didn't mean to take
Well,
up so much time. I just thought it was interesting, and I wanted to touch on it before we actually got into the main topic. Anything else you guys want to say about that before we move on?
Shit.
Nah.
Nah, you good. You good.
Well, I did say that this show was about relationship and finances, and one of the biggest mistakes dudes make, I know because I made it myself, is living with women. It's a big mistake to live with women. And because the reason is because as a man, if you frugal and you prudent with your finances, you could do a lot more on your own than you can if you take on the responsibility of a woman. I'll give you an example. I live by myself. I know exactly how much toilet paper I will use in a year, approximately. I know exactly how much it's going to cost. If I was to take on a woman, I have to double that cost. And most guys don't think in that manner. And so they get in relationships and they move in with women, and then they become financially stagnant in most cases. So this is what I want to talk about this evening, is how to go about being financially prudent and responsible, but still being able to maintain a relationship with a woman. You guys, I know Ro, you've been in a relationship before. I know Tony, you've been in relationships before. Me and Ro, I know we both have lived with a woman before, and we both lived on our own. What about you, Tone? You ever
Oh
lived
yeah.
with a woman before? And
Yeah, I
what
have a
was
couple
your
times.
what was your experience, financially speaking, when you live with a woman as opposed to living by yourself? Share it with the people.
I would say I agree with your point to an extent. I definitely experienced a lot of like fruitful spending on like, hey, why would you go get that when that's not needed when we could it was less about what these funds could be used for tomorrow and more about how these funds could be used for today a lot more. And that was kind of a challenge of weaning them out of that. And, if they even got out of that, what I mean. A lot of the times, most people, they get their money in hand, they gonna do it regardless of what a good idea you had. And they tend to be a little more impulsive. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's definitely a trait you're
You
gonna
know,
have to
so
deal with.
something else that I noticed, and I noticed in my own situation too, is that a lot of guys get in relationships with women and they don't really have control over the finances in the household. And
Right.
that's based upon the guy being more financially literate and prudent than the woman is that he's with. Because you do have some situations where females are way more financially educated than the guys are. But it's just my opinion that as a man, it's nowhere in the hell that should ever be the case. Especially if you're out here taking care of yourself, because you ain't got nothing but time and opportunity to learn and understand these things. Because the old cliche goal is I could do bad all by myself, but I'd be damn, I could do good all by my goddamn self. Because it don't cost as much for me to live. Um, what about you, Ro? Could you share with us first your experience financially being single, and then rewind a little bit and take us to when you was in your relationship, and walk us through the differences and the benefits and the negatives.
I'll start off with an example, man. I just ate. I went to Louisiana Fried Chicken. Spent about $13. If I add a woman to the equation, the bill would have been $2,949.
God damn, nigga,
32 cents.
what you doing? Paying the bill and getting the nails done too, motherfucker?
Honestly,
Yep.
man,
On the
like,
way to
cause
getting some.
like I explain this. We talk about this all the time. Like, I'm a minimalist. Like, I ain't gonna say like I'm full fledged, but for the most part, I'm a minimalist. Like, it's the simple shit that makes me happy. When you get a girl, she gonna want you to do a little more. Like, my life is pretty easy. Like, I damn near could eat the same thing every day and be okay with that. But you got a girl, I like chicken. Your girl gonna want shrimp. She gonna want this. She gonna want that. And listen. If you in a relationship, you're gonna have to compromise sometimes. It is what it is. Most times just do what you do, but a lot of times, when you're gonna have to show your lady a little something, but um like don't be emotional, like an emotional, don't fall for her emotions. I'll give this example again because it's a perfect example. I was living in my pop's house before I moved in with my girl. My pops owns a house and I was paying the pops love rent, you know what I'm saying? But she was going to school about 45 minutes away from where we lived at. So I moved out of the pops love rent house, pop's house, paying low rent, and I moved all the way by her school, lived in a 1 bedroom, and I paid double the rent, and we was fucking struggling. But she was just like, oh, I just want to be close to my school and this and that and blah blah blah. And I fell into it. I was like, you know what, that makes sense. Yeah. But it didn't make no
Right.
financial sense. I should have just said, man, fuck all that.
Yeah,
We either
goofy
gonna
ass
stay
nigga.
right here. We either gonna stay
Or
right
we
here
not
or you
staying.
gonna stay over there. Like, but don't ever let them like manipulate you into making a bad decision. Don't make emotional, like make logical. Because if we would have stayed there, yeah, she would have had to commute to work, but we would have more money to do more fun shit if that's what we wanted to do, like spent it on something
And
else. But I allowed her to be like, no, well, but I want it like this, and gave me the puppy dog eyes and the tears, and I fell for that shit. Do not do that shit. Like you
Hey,
be a hundred
don't
percent
don't feel
logical with
bad.
everything.
right.
So let me
I would
ask you,
say that
how old was you when this happened, bro? What was it? What was your age? I'm trying to see,
Hmm.
because I'm trying to gauge about where your mind would have been at, what you think it probably would have been around that time.
I want to say I was about 28.
Oh, okay. Okay, well then shit, you right in there. You right on time. You ain't behind. Because I want to say not 28. I want to say a little earlier than that. Basically, I went through the same shit you went through. Right. Some years before you, maybe about a handful of years before you. So that to say that we pretty much all have the same types of experiences when we deal with women. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you from experience, not that not that it was a totally negative experience, but what I learned from my experience living with a woman is that it's stressful living with somebody.
God damn, don't even get me started.
It's
Shit.
stressful in the motherfucker living with somebody, especially when you know what I'm saying. So Ro, you was in your 20s, I was in my 20s. So in your 20s, you ain't even been by yourself long enough to know yourself to know if you gonna be able to live with somebody else. You understand what I'm saying? And it take you to live as a guy. It's going to take you to live on your own throughout that decade of your 20s. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I be saying to you, motherfuckers. It's going to take you that amount of time to get to know yourself.
Yeah. And
Now,
and
the motherfuckers think it's going to take six. They going to know themselves in 6 months. You might be halfway to learning one thing about yourself in 6 months that you didn't know. It take a lifetime to learn, and you ain't gonna be finished until you die. But go
a
ahead.
shit.
lot
You
of these
want to say
motherfuckers
something?
is
Y'all want
LD,
to say
so you gotta
Shit.
compensate for that too.
Shit. I
say
was
that again, Tom?
I said a lot of these motherfuckers is LD, so learning learning gonna take them a little bit longer. And you could be learning in the wrong direction.
Shout out.
A
For
lot of
all you
these niggas learning
motherfuckers
in
who
the
don't,
wrong direction, bro.
yeah,
For
for
real.
a lot of you motherfuckers who don't understand what LD is, I'm putting it to you another way. The way you learn is like moonwalking forwards. But anyway, go
Exactly.
ahead, bro.
Moon walking forward. Perfect.
yeah. I was just gonna throw this in there. I don't know, man. I just I can't see myself ever living with the woman. I don't like to say never with shit because things happen, life happens, you grow, blah blah blah. I don't like to say never, but I really enjoy like being by my fucking self. Like I be having a little homegirl come through, spend the night and shit like that. Like she wanna open a window and it's cold, and then she get hot, and then hot flashes. Then I'm over here trying to lay
That
down.
motherfucker
She
got
like, I
menopause.
I wanna just sleep, she was like, "Oh, I just want to feel my skin on your skin." And I was like, "Man, I'm ready for this bitch to go home, G." Like, I'll be ready for him to go home. Like, I'm not gonna even lie. Like, that shit is stressful, nigga. Damn, they tossing, turning, leaving you at the end of the bed. They get hot. You open a
you
window, they get
you
cold.
wake
It's
up
just
in the
like,
morning, the whole bed fucked up. It was made up for you got in it. You wake up in the forward the
like,
blankets on the
goddamn,
goddamn
nigga.
floor.
I be
Wake
looking
up
at
with a
her like,
titty
I
in your
can't wait to be.
mouth.
And she
But
don't even be doing that. She a cool person, you know. She don't give me no trouble. It's just like when you just used to being by yourself. I come my bed to myself. I can just spread out, do whatever the fuck I want. Keep the lights on all day. Watch TV all night. You could just do whatever the fuck you want. But when you got a partner, you
it's different.
she got to go to work, so you
You
got to
have to
go in the
take
living
you got
room now. You know, because you should be respectful. You know what I'm saying? I
you
mean,
you
run your shit
for
how you run your shit. But if your girl got to go to work, you know, like you probably gonna have to go to the living room and watch your movies. You want to lay in the bed, you gotta go in the living room so she can get her sleep. Like I'm a night owl, so I get
yeah,
off work at 6 in the morning. You know, so if she got a different work schedule, we got different sleep schedules. You know what I'm saying? You gotta figure that shit out. It's just more peaceful when you by yourself. I ain't saying it can't be fun living with the woman. You know, because you could still have good times, but
mhm.
it's just me personally. I just don't be. You got a,
I would
a
say
2-day maximum with me. You gotta go.
God damn. You kicking him out that
I
goddamn
think it'd be because I think it'd be
Ro,
because dudes don't be having a plan for themselves.
Roby
So
playing the airplane game with chicks.
this nigga,
What's the airplane
nah,
game? You know how to take off?
you know I take off. This nigga, you ain't shit. You ain't shit. You done said that before. You ain't shit. I know you did.
Shout out, motherfucker.
what,
This nigga ain't shit.
what was you
My
about to say,
bad.
Tom?
I ain't mean to cut you off, Tom.
Bro, you good, bro. No, but I think the problem be that a lot of niggas don't have a plan for themselves, and then if they do, they allow them to deter them off their plan, and
I'm guilty.
you, yeah, I mean, because I that's
I'm
what I'm
guilty.
speaking from experience because it's happened to me, and
Mhm.
you allow yourself to kind of be like, all right, you know what, I can't make this little, and then sometimes they build up, and a lot of niggas don't know how to balance it out. You know what I mean? Because at some point, yes, you have to enjoy today. You can't constantly be looking at tomorrow, which don't even exist, because you'll never find satisfaction in today. By the time you look up at today, you can't do none of the stuff you thought you was trying to fight to enjoy. You know what I mean? But where a lot of people mess up is they get caught up in the now, just like them. Like it's a balance, and a lot of people don't acknowledge that balance or respect it. Because you'll have a person that acknowledges it, but then you'll have the other person like, I don't give a fuck about that. I want it now. You know what I mean? And sometimes that's the dude. You know what I mean? Or this money could go to, you know, getting a new car, getting a new house, but instead he want to fund his mixtape. You know what I mean?
I,
You
I
know what I
think
mean?
you bring
Like
I think you bring up a
so
very, very important and very, very often overlooked point, and that is if you ain't got no motherfucking plan already, it'd be very easy to get caught up in a situation where you dating a female and y'all living together prematurely, and then you be all kinds of frustrated as the guy because you ain't living up to your potential. But you can't live up to your potential because you done added extra weight. You know what I'm saying? Where you didn't have it before, and not extra weight in a bad way, but you adding extra things in your life that don't necessarily need to take up as much time as they are taking up because you have other things that you need to do. Like Tone said, if you ain't got no fucking plan on how you gonna take care of yourself, how the fuck you gonna plan to take care of a relationship?
I want to throw this shit in there too. That nigga Tone said he was talking about the house and funding a mixtape. Like, listen, ain't nothing wrong with funding your mixtape, but fund your mixtape by yourself to where you ain't compromising other people. Like, make sure your shit is together first. Because when
That
you gotta put your own shit on the back burner, that shit trash. Like I told y'all before, I told her I wanted to be a comedian, and she was just like, "Oh, what about me? What about me, me on some me shit?" And I just kind of like was just like, you know what? I'm a sacrifice for the relationship, and that's the worst mistake you could ever do because no matter what, I was gonna end up happy. If I gave her everything and I didn't do nothing, didn't do what I wanted to do, that relationship was gonna be miserable because I would have been like, oh, I would have sacrificed all this for you. That's why niggas be so mad. You be up here giving up
Guilty of that
everything.
shit too.
Like you give up everything. You like, I gave all that up to you. Well, and like Top said in one of the shows, like that bitch would be like, shit, I didn't tell you to do that. Shit.
Trying to
Or
tell
right
Top or
you.
with the
Tone.
switches.
I don't know
Hey,
which one of y'all
hey,
said that,
It was
but
me,
don't
cause
do it.
cause I didn't
yeah,
heard
I
it.
tell you. I'm trying.
I didn't heard it.
It hasn't been said to me explicitly like that. It has been said to me, or rather communicated to me behaviorally. But
Hmm.
I have heard motherfuckers say that to people before. Well, I didn't ask you to do, and I know it get you a fucked up feeling,
Hmm.
Yep.
like you feel like sad.
Especially with his family.
Honestly,
Anybody
like
I can imagine,
this is kind of dark,
but
but that's probably why like people
that's
be
that
getting their family
expectation.
out of here. Like them
Yep.
husbands that be doing that wild shit. I'm not encouraging it. YouTube. I'm not encouraging it. I'm not saying it's right, but that's probably why them niggas be like, you know what? I'm about to kill all these motherfuckers because like a lot of the times men don't do for themselves. They just always spend their whole life doing for other people, and then when the other people don't show their appreciation, that'll make you just want to be like, oh, you motherfuckers. Like, I could have been doing this, could have been doing that, and I'm over
Oh
here.
no,
That's
you ain't
why
put the
people be,
training day on him. You
you
motherfucker.
motherfuckers. That's how you really feel.
I think I
I
think
agree
they
with
was
that.
listening to Roe and decided to just stab on her instead. That's what it
Hey, hey, that's a
did.
hey, bro.
Yeah.
That's a real important point that you just brought up because I think that be the source of a lot of guys like frustration and disappointment, and depression and shit, and that is because we know as guys we feel like we had to be useful.
Hmm.
But what we often overlook is being useful for ourselves first. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't know how to go out and make your own goddamn self happy, man, you can't go into no relationship being happy and adding to your woman's happiness. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing go for her. You got to be mindful of the woman that you're dealing with because she might just be fucking with you only for your finances.
Right.
And a lot of dudes don't have that kind of discernment. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we're all guilty of it. You done took a chick out before to eat and ain't get shit in return. And then you realize sometime later on, oh man, that bitch just wanted to go out to eat. You know what I'm
Pretty
saying?
much.
So it's gonna happen. It'll happen to all of us, and along with a lot of other experiences. But where most guys make their mistake is they keep repeating the same shit. You know what I'm saying? You're
Yeah,
supposed to. The idea is you gonna fuck up. You're going to fuck up. It's not a matter of if. It's just a matter of when. But the object is, oh, all right, I fucked up right here. Here's the lesson. And don't keep doing the same shit. Because that's insanity, man. It's a definition of insanity.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I would say
you got
the
something to
important
say?
lesson to take away from what Rose said is trade. Don't trade your potential for nothing. Nothing. Because at
Right.
the end of the day, you gonna be upset by the potential you allowed to slip away, no matter how it. Unless you end up with Oprah,
I
you
know.
know
That's,
what I
I
mean?
mean,
Like,
hey, I
but
said it
even
on
then, she can be irritating to deal with. You know what I mean? Like, regardless,
Mhm.
there's nothing you should trade your potential for.
And another thing too, and I pointed this out. I was trying to give guys games of, some game about spending time with women in regards to the amount of time. So, like the one young lady I was dating, yeah, I dated her over a 2.5 year period. But if I'm only seeing her on the weekends, that's only 100 something days. That's less than 4 months. I don't know this motherfucker like that yet. It's
Right,
gonna take
right.
another. It's gonna take another 8 years, 6 years to know this. Have known her for a year. You see what I'm saying? A lot of guys don't spend enough time investigating. You know, beyond she look good and I want to fuck her. Cause I'm guilty of that shit too. You know what I'm saying? All the shit that I be talking to y'all about. Well, most of it anyway. I'm guilty of it, or I've witnessed other motherfuckers be guilty of it. So I ain't just haphazardly talking. But as a dude, I could tell you, man, if you ain't out there being all flashy, trying to keep up with the motherfuckers you see on Instagram wearing all these fancy ass, fake ass name brands that only poor motherfuckers wear, because rich motherfuckers, you don't see these motherfuckers wearing uh Tommy Hilfiger and all these expensive ass brands, Gucci and all that shit. Them motherfuckers shop at Kmart, man, Walmart.
You know why?
Wow,
You know
because
why?
they don't want nobody to know they got no goddamn money. For one,
Because they know it's scary when they see one.
that too.
They know it's scary when they see one, and all the motherfuckers who gotta stay dripped in it done fell for it. If this shit worth this much for real, why am I giving it away to celebrities for free?
Exactly. And the
The
dudes
marketing.
wasting
You know what I mean? Like,
dudes. This another aspect of this conversation because dude one time make an money
you
on
go in and out.
what? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah, you good.
Yeah.
Okay. But what I was saying is, dudes spend an inordinate amount of time. You know, the most precious resource that you got to make an inordinate amount of money to waste it on shit just to attract women. So this is another way, even if you're not in a relationship where financially speaking, women can somewhat ruin you or cost you more time and energy and finances than is necessary. A lot of you motherfuckers, and I'm guilty of this shit too. You don't seem to understand to that women are quite capable of doing for themselves. You should let them.
And I want to throw this in there.
Go ahead.
Um, like don't let people call you broke. For example, like, I got a roof over my head. I got a refrigerator full of food. I got a car that get me where I need to go. Like, don't let these women convince you that you broke. Like, because if you could literally make $60,000 a year, $40,000 a year. If you know how to manage your money, you good. But a lot of the time, you gonna overstress yourself trying to get more money to impress these hoes. Like, fuck that. Like, don't let nobody call you broke. Your lights on, your water on, your bills paid, you got gas in the car, you literally are not broke. Like, you got the basic necessities of life. But a lot of the times we'll go work extra hours that we don't want to work just so, like you talking about, we can go buy some shit to impress these hoes and they still gonna cheat on your dumb ass anyway. But you just don't let nobody make you feel bad because you want to be a minimalist like me. Like, I don't want all the fancy shit in life. I just want my basic necessities, good health, and a little extra to do some of the things that I want to do. I don't have to do everything, but some stuff I like to do. But I will never let nobody call me broke if I got a crib and my lights on and I got food to eat, and I got gas in the car. I don't give a fuck. Like, oh, you make 40K. I need a nigga that make 300. Well, go get that nigga, because I'm still good over here. Like, I'm good right now without all of that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Go get that nigga. You know what? This would be so funny, man. Is most of them chicks be capping. They ain't even never met a dude who make half of what they be asking for. And
Swear to God.
here go the funniest part. And I ain't saying this because I hate women. I ain't saying this because I dislike women. I'm saying this shit because it's some real shit. Most women don't even make $50,000 or $60,000 because
Yeah.
most women work jobs that don't pay that kind of money. McDonald's don't pay that. You might be able to make that if you doing hair and that's your hustle and you got a name for yourself. You might be able to make that much if you're a stripper or you selling pussy. or you got some big cushy corporate job. But most women ain't making $50,000, $60,000 a year, $70,000. It's a small percentage of women that's making that much money. Most men make the majority of the money because we do the majority of the jobs that pay the most money. So understand what I'm saying to you. A lot of this shit that be coming out these women's mouths is an attack on your self-esteem. Cause if you got somewhere to live, like Rose said, you ain't asking nobody for no motherfucking money to help pay your shit. You got food, you got transportation, and you got a little extra. Personally, you should have some investments, and you have a little extra to do the little shit that make you happy and keep you entertained. What the fuck more could she bring to your life? She better bring something that's going to improve it. Otherwise, what you doing here for?
Yeah, we be going too crazy. We be going too crazy for this shit. Like, just work niggas working 90 hours a week just to impress hoes. Like, if you want to hustle 90 a week, I'm not saying don't. You might want a boat, a helicopter, whatever the fuck you want. But let's be real. I would guarantee most men are doing that to impress women, as if, and that's still not gonna stop her from fucking you over, nigga. Like, it's really not. She is still cheat on you with a broke nigga, so it don't
That's
fucking
facts.
matter.
That's facts. None of this. That's why. That's why. You got guys like me, like you guys like Affy, guys like King's Ray and Mr. Lucario that say that looks, money, and status. That stuff is like extra. It's extra. It's nice to have, but if I don't have it, I'm good. You understand? That's how women think. You understand what I'm saying? And really, if you really understand how chicks are, man, they part of the reason why women get in relationships and get in marriages so that they could floss you in front of other bitches. Like,
Pretty
look,
much.
look at my slave. Look how much he produced for me. You see what I'm
And look
saying?
what I can make them do. So, like
Yeah.
I said before, it's like when a lion tamer tame a lion, the first thing he have to do is jumping through circles,
hmm Got you jumping
jumping
through
through hoops.
schools. That's how it be. But I could tell you, man, that I learned as I got older, and being on my own, having my own stuff. Women, they treat you a different way when you got your own shit, and they almost don't have a choice because you could look at that door and you ain't even got to say it. You look at her and then you look at the door. She know exactly what the fuck you mean. And you don't have to tolerate a lot of shit.
Hey,
And
I,
Exactly,
it'll make your interactions less stressful.
shit, everybody I know that be living off bitches, them niggas always getting kicked out the house.
Hey, but these
They got,
motherfuckers be on the internet, they be talking about Pookie and Ray Ray like they want to be Pookie and Ray Ray. And
hell
if they was
no.
Pookie and Ray Ray, but they was getting their ass kicked, they was getting their ass put out in the street and along with their shit and the dog who ain't did a motherfucking thing to nobody. Then they wouldn't want that. They only want to be Pookie and Ray Ray so that they can have access to the women.
Yeah,
yeah.
but that
But
shit
I've
trash.
gotten I've gotten more women in my life by not trying to get them. It's the funniest shit in the world. I mean, like it's really, literally, it's counterintuitive. And dudes will say, "Well, women won't pay for men. Women won't take men out on dates."
It's cap.
Any pimp will tell you a woman don't really like you unless she do shit for you. So, they got y'all mind fucked up. And mine was fucked up once upon a time. I was getting a lot of chicks when I was young, but I didn't really understand what the fuck was going on. But you live and you learn over time. And then you stop making the same mistakes.
Hopefully,
So, yeah. So, how's it been living on your own, bro? Like financially speaking, you think it's been better? You think You think you having second thoughts and you may have wanted to go and include a woman intimately in your life and in your space? Are you thinking about that in the future? You know how what it is.
Shit,
Well,
man.
see,
I enjoy my own space. I mean, but I mean, it's an idea. I don't see it in the near future. But if something happened, it just happened. That's just how I'm gonna roll with it. I think I'll be very much more prepared to deal with that, knowing that I done been through all of that shit already. But I don't know. I'm kind of in this little phase. I'm top. I'm probably like you, bro. Like, because for real, I just love being by myself. That shit is like an addiction, man. Like it's just like fuck. Like you could just send them home and have them come and go,
I'm
and
trying to
like that
tell
shit.
you,
That
man,
shit
it's
is way
addictive.
more lit than fucking living with a woman, because you just always you might just want to sit up, just watch TV all day. You gonna get this woman. You just want to watch TV all day. That's all you want to do. Blah, 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 blah.
Man,
They gon' nag you, bro. I don't give a fuck how good she could be. A good woman, a great woman, but she is going to nag you.
she's
Like I
still a
like
woman.
doing nothing, like literally nothing all day. Sometimes, most times, I like doing nothing. I'll sit up here and watch goddamn Tubi for 9 hours straight and be happy as fuck. But I know if I got a girl, women, if you listen, please listen. Women are very fidgety. They can't sit the fuck down somewhere.
I'm trying to
They
tell you.
cannot, bro. Like it's
Always
impossible.
doing something like a
Like
cat.
oh,
you know, you might be one just lay down. She got to get up. She got to go do this. She got to move this. She got to rearrange this. You want to do this. We should paint this. And we should do that. And we should do that. I'll be like, fuck. Okay,
I'm
you
going
got
to
it.
the store. You want
like,
something?
Like you
I'm
want to
going
go
to
to
go.
Target with me?
I'm
No, I
going to
don't
the
want to go to
store. You want
Target.
something? Like, no, shut up. Get out of here.
We
Leave me
got
you
alone.
everything
sure?
we need. Like sit your ass down. But they
I'm
they
trying to play.
literally
I'm
can't,
trying to play.
bro.
I'm trying to play Tiger Woods missing putts because she want to have a conversation. Like, leave me alone.
You gotta entertain your woman. That's just a part of the game, bro. Like you go,
That's a part of the game. You
you
gotta,
get.
you gotta keep them. You gotta keep them entertained. And they say that shit. I want somebody who funny and yeah, because I gotta keep your ass entertained because you boring.
Yeah, they really don't. Like we are. That's why you gotta think you the prize as a man, because we are. We gotta
For
build
real,
ourselves up. We gotta go
we
talk to
are.
them. We
We
gotta go
are.
talk to them. We gotta be funny. We gotta get them in the mood. We gotta get the
and,
foreplay
We
cracking. We
show
gotta
and
we
that's
fucking
what I
do
show
was
this,
gonna say.
this, and that.
we showing up with more shit on the front end than they are. That's what. That's what
Facts.
makes.
They
That's
just
what
lucky
makes me
they
proud.
got what we want. You know what I'm saying? But
And then you showing up with all. You showing up with everything but fucking. You know what I'm saying? Like all of the shit that women like you for when they first meet you, they like you for everything but sex, because the sex is easy for them. You know what I'm saying? And really, they like fucking. You know what I'm saying? I don't think women really like fucking as much and as often as a man would. You know what I'm saying? But they like fucking longer. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I agree with you
I
100%.
was gonna
Go ahead, Tom. My bad.
you good, brother. Shit, hold on, I kinda lost my place because you're distracted. Uh shit. Oh, I was gonna say the reason why a lot of people can't find that comfort with themselves, like you said, bro, is because a lot of people
Mhm.
don't really like themselves enough to sit in that time and like get to know themselves or watch themselves
Yep.
develop something. Like when you, for instance, when you first start doing comedy to how you got to here now, you was excited about yeah, like when you write a joke that you laugh at yourself, like genuinely, not because you wrote it, but because it's genuinely funny to you.
hmm
You
Mhm.
feel like you feel like in a video game when you level up your player, but in real life.
right,
Mhm.
right.
And a lot of dudes skip that step in life, and so when they buy themselves, they sit there and look like, damn, nigga, you ain't upgraded, you ain't moved up a level in like six
Mhm.
years, nigga, what you doing? And a
And
lot of dudes can't look at that.
that's what I was alluding to earlier when I was saying that um a lot of people a lot of guys not really depressed. They really just they unfulfilled because they ain't accomplished what they think they can't capable of accomplishing. And here go a easy test to tell whether or not you like yourself. Go home, turn off the TV, turn off the phone, and sit in that motherfucker in silence. See how long you can do that before that voice in your motherfucking head aggravate the shit out you, like the chick that you live with.
Damn.
And you know what's so funny about what you
and
said?
the shorter the amount of time you could stand sitting in that silence, the less you like yourself.
I was gonna say what's funny about what you said, bro, is that you had to say put down the phone, turn off the this, turn off the that. Back when I was a kid, you had no choice at sometimes but to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you didn't have no phone to distract you. You ain't have no, when you had a
We
computer,
had we had
it was like
TV
it
and
wasn't. Yeah,
outside, nigga. That's all we had was TV and
yeah,
outside.
and usually all the good shit go off about the afternoon time. You know what I mean? So ain't shit else to
Mm-hmm.
do for the rest of the day but go outside and play,
Pretty much.
or sit there and yourself and create something. Like writing or drawing or just something that you could do to entertain yourself. And
I
that's how
think.
you learn about what you like and what you enjoy. That's why most of these kids now I think turn out to be like robotic on like, oh, I like everybody like this and everybody like that. There's no intricate like thought to nothing no more.
Mm-hmm. No, no, no. Everybody's like Borgs and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, a lot of people. I agree with that wholeheartedly, Tone. I've been saying that shit for the longest. It ain't just these women. It's a lot of the same problems that these dudes say these women got. The guys got the same fucking problems, and one of them is just like a lot of women can't be alone. A lot of these motherfucking dudes can't be alone either. Just like a lot of these and they say these dudes can't be alone. And like so easy
Uh
to say.
Stuart Little got tired.
oh.
I
I've been a
heard that
steward.
shit, nigga. I heard that shit, nigga. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good now.
I'm
Yeah, we can
good.
hear you. We can hear
Yeah,
you.
I heard that Stuart Little joke, Stuart Little.
That means your hamster got comedic timing.
Row is my hamster's daddy on the real.
This nigga.
Pause. We
Fucking
don't know if it's hamster or boy or girl. I'm just.
This nigga here, boy.
rocket
Mute
rap.
this nigga. Mute this nigga, man.
You motherfuckers shot the hell out. But we getting close to the end time, fellas. And I think this is a pretty good conversation. A lot of dudes when they talk about finances, and I really didn't even really get into how to go about doing improving your finances. Like the little tips and tricks and shit, or how to utilize your money in different ways so that you can make your money work for you and still be able to use it and not like how white people do, not have to pay a whole lot of taxes. But when I was making those kind of videos, they wasn't very popular. Motherfuckers have a gambling mentality. They want to put $1 down and win 5,000. You know what I'm saying? And you don't build wealth like that. It takes time. Takes time, takes strategy and planning. But that's another story for another time. Maybe we could do an addendum to this or something like that. And go a little more into the finer points of finances for you guys, who are out there who may need some help in that area. But anything else you guys got to offer before we get out of here until next week or the week after or whenever?
Shit, yeah. And since we talking about finances, never give these hoes or anybody your last. Give what you can give. A lot of the times, like like I got a joke that I'm writing about this. I ain't completed yet. This just an idea, but like don't give a woman like your last dollar. Niggas be like, oh, I gave her my last dollar. Oh, it's called love is childish because love will make you give a bitch your last dollar, but that should have had you homeless. Instead of giving motherfucker your last dollar, you figure out how to make your dollar turn into $10. Cause you'll be a dumb motherfucker to give somebody something because you love them, and then y'all in a bad situation. I ain't got to the joke yet, but that's just an idea that I'm planning on talking about. You know, like love is childish. That's pretty much the gist of the joke. Love is for childish people.
Mm-hmm. Hey, well, Tina Turner, a woman, she said it best. What's love got to do with it? I can tell you, man, it take a hell of a lot more than love to sustain a relationship. Take more than
Shit.
finances to sustain a relationship. But I can't tell you, man, if you, it's just my honest opinion. If you're not married and you don't have children, you should really, really reconsider living with another person or with a woman. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it. I'm not discouraging you from doing it because I have done it myself. But like I said, when I do something and I find that I'm in error, then I don't keep doing the same thing. But again, there's pros and cons to everything. You have to really, really take these things into consideration before you do them. And that's really the ultimate point of this conversation is to take time to really consider the weight of your decisions before you actually make those decisions. That's why I say, you know, as the old cliche goes, experience is the best teacher. But what's often overlooked is other people's experiences in the same situation. It can save you a lot of time because I don't need to put my hand on a hot ass stove to know it burned if I done seen you burn your shit up already. You know what I'm saying? So, with that said, Tony, you got anything to offer before we get out of here? Make sure you guys drop your socials because y'all some funny niggas, and I want people in your area to go check y'all out, man.
So, shit. Not really. Everything's really been reiterated several times. I just, go back to what I was saying earlier. Is like have a plan. You know what I mean? And don't compromise the progress of that plan. Nothing. You know what I mean?
I
Now
agree.
you, you know,
I agree. I agree. That's one of the biggest mistakes that young guys often make is they don't have a plan in their teens, going into their 20s, and then they meet a woman and they don't have a plan for her either because they don't have a plan for themselves. And then ultimately, the shit don't work out, and you turn around and you look and you say, "Well, where did the time go? What the fuck was I doing?" You're supposed to know all that before you even do it. You don't learn how to drive a car after you get in the car and start rolling, if you get my meaning. So, with that said, hopefully we'll see you motherfuckers next week for layup drills part 4. Until then, we'll holla at y'all. No music this week because I got a job I got to go to my homegirl. I'll holla at y'all motherfuckers later. Appreciate you for coming through. Hit the like button. Tone Row, I got to talk to y'all in the back chat about the Cash App shit. Because I'm just start putting the Cash App up there. If people want to donate, they donate it. They don't, they don't. But we know they go pay for goofy shit like OnlyFans and fake dating coaches. But until next week, we'll see you motherfuckers. Thanks, Ro. Thanks, Tone. And we'll see y'all next time. Peace, people.
Peace.
peace.